Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, Krista's So Crafty. Today I'm going to show you how to make a wine bottle, jute covered wine bottle. So this is a pretty simple project, very minimal supplies. You may have to drink a bottle of wine, just saying. So grab your supplies. I will have a supply list shortly, and grab your supplies and come and make a wine bottle with me. If you haven't already, click subscribe down below. And happy crafting. Hi everybody, it's Krista from Krista's So Crafty. I'm glad you're here with me today. Today I'm going to show you how to take a wine bottle and we're going to decorate it up. So this is just a regular wine bottle that was emptied, and I took some Mod Podge and I just put a light coat. I don't know if you can see the streaks on it, but I just wanted it to be a little bit more dull, I guess, instead of just the shiny green bottle that it was. So I just put a light coat of Mod Podge and let it dry. Basically the only supplies you're going to need for this craft is a bottle, Mod Podge if you choose to put a light coat, some twine. This is some twine that I picked up, I believe, at one of the hardware stores around here, and some hot glue, and some sort of a decoration. I think I'm going to use this little guy. Now this is a video tutorial that I did just a little while ago, so if you want, you can check that out. I'll put the link in the description box below. So they're just little twine ribbon flowers that I made. And basically that's it. You can decorate it as much as you want, as little as you want. I guess the other thing I am going to use, whoops, there goes my bottle, is I found these ribbon at the dollar store, and they are just burlap ribbon, and they've got some lace on them. So I just picked them up at the dollar store. I thought they were cute and would kind of go with the burlap twine look that I'm going for. All right, so let's get going. So what you need to do is use your twine. Now I tried doing this, leaving the twine attached to the big roll. If you have a smaller roll, I'm sure it would be fine, but this is such a big roll that it ended up kinking as I was wrapping it around the bottle. And so what I do is I take and I just roll off, take off, I don't know, couple feet maybe, and just cut it. And I do a few of these. So yes, you're going to have to join them as you go, but it really, you can't notice it. So I'm just pulling some off, taking a big length, and cutting strips. So that's all I'm going to do right now, is just unwind some of this and cut myself some strips. Now with these bottles, how you choose to decorate them is totally up to you. Like I said, you can go do the whole bottle right up from the bottom to the top in the twine. You could just go halfway, you could go 3/4, totally up to you, however you choose to do your bottle. It's a craft, it's meant to have fun, so that's all I'm going to do. So I've got a few things of the twine cut, so I'm going to start with this. And basically all I did to start is I just took some hot glue, if it'll start, okay, and just put a little bit of hot glue there just to get this stuck down, just like that. Alright, so like I said, we just put a little dab of glue there, and then I just take my glue gun and run a bead of glue along the bottom edge. You don't need a whole bunch, but I do glue the whole bottom edge. Just run it all along, right along that bottom edge there, just to keep everything else as we move up from slipping. So just put a little bead of glue there and stick it in there. and just go all the way around. Now I don't know if you can see this or not, but I have a hole in my jar, in my wine bottle. This was another project I had been working on, and I had got my husband to drill some holes in. So you could put lights in there if you wanted, if you have a hole like I do. I'm not going to put lights in this. I'm just going to cover that up as I go around. Okay, so get that down there. I'm going to use my trusty silicone finger. And for those of you that have not seen these before, they are wonderful. Of course, you can't put your finger in the scissors, but they are wonderful. My husband picked them up for me and gave them to me for Christmas this year. They're just finger protectors. There's 3 in a pack, and they're 100% silicone. Protects your fingers and allows you to get into areas and push down into stuff without burning your finger. I don't know about you, but I have burnt myself many times. So I am going to continue until I get this kind of wrapped around and started around, whoops, on the second round here. Okay, so this will be the back of my bottle. Okay, so now I'm just going to take and run this around. Just going to turn my jar. I'm just going to keep going around. And every once in a while, I will stop, usually on the back part. This just happens to be the front part, so I'm just going to smooth that out a little bit, just to get this twine so it lays nicely together. Okay, so here I am at the back. Let's put a little bit of glue just to help hold things together. I don't think it would slide apart, but I want to make sure. And then again, I'm just going to roll around here and keep spinning my bottle as I go. And when I get around to the back, I'll put a little bit of glue. Just to help hold things in place. Okay. So just continue around. And this time, I am going to put, where's that? A little bit of glue right in the front here, just a tiny dot, just to hold the front pieces snug together. Okay, and then I'm just going to continue wrapping and wrapping and wrapping and wrapping. Now when I get to the end of my string here, and I'm going to stop mine in the back if I can find it, and I seem to, oh there it is. I'm going to pull it fairly snug, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue just to hold that in place. And hold it there for a few seconds just so that it gets everything stuck in. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to add on another piece. And my bottle keeps rolling away on me here. Okay, so then all I'm going to do is add it, join them up right together there, where the other one left off. So again, I'm going to put a little bit of glue and put this here, and using my silicone finger, stick it in there so the ends of it are all coated in the glue and it'll stay together. So I'm just going to let that sit for a second just to make sure that as I start wrapping this again that it doesn't pull out, and then that's all you're going to do is just continue all the way around. Keep wrapping your twine. Every once in a while stop and put some glue. So at this point you would just keep cutting strands of your twine, keep wrapping it around until you get the height where you're happy with. So I'm just going to continue doing that, and I'll be back when I get to the height that I want. Okay, so I've got mine wrapped to where I want it to, and as you can see I have a whole bunch of stringy things off. So what I do is I just go along and I just give it a bit of a haircut. Just cut off some of those really long ones. When you use the twine, that's what happens. It just kind of falls apart as you're wrapping it around and around. And I hope you noticed as I was wrapping this around and putting the twine on here, every once in a while I would kind of stop and I would just kind of push the pieces of twine together and to try to get rid of some of the holes. Now if you're very, very, very patient, you can go around and do this and not have any holes. Apparently I'm not that patient. So, and I'm okay with this. I'm okay with how it looks. All right, I think that's good enough of a haircut. Just get most of the long ones off. And of course, as soon as you do that, you get some more long ones. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just going to wipe this mess up a little bit here. Get it out of the way. All right, so I'm happy with how mine is. Like I said, see, I can see some of the green through the twine, but I'm okay with that. This will probably be my front because that's the least green, I guess, that's showing. So now the next step that I do is to take a piece of ribbon, and the length of the ribbon is going to depend on how wide of a bottle you have. So I've just cut mine so that there's a bit of an overlap, about an inch overlap, because you want to be able to glue this together and have it tight, tight, tight. If you don't get it tight, what happens is it kind of ripples, I guess, in this area. And you can go along and put glue on there, but I like the idea of just making it tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my front, what I'm going to use for my front. I don't think it really matters. So if that's my front, then this is my back. I'm going to put this on here. Now I guess the first thing is I want to go around and I want to see where I want to put my ribbon. I think I want it in the center, like that. So I'm just going to turn it and lay this down. And I'm going to take some more of my hot glue and I'm going to put it on the end of the burlap, probably about a ½ inch down, just so that it gets a good bond. Just like that. And then I'm going to lay it down, get my silicone finger and push that into so that the hot glue is going into the twine and into the ribbon. I want a real good bond. Okay, so then once that's done, I just want to make sure it's as straight as can be. And again, I'm going to put about a ½ inch of glue on the other end of the ribbon. And this is where it's kind of tricky, because you kind of hold the bottle with your wrists, grab each side of that ribbon, unless you have two people doing this, and then just pull it tight. Whoops. Okay, and then just smooth it in there and glue those ends together. Just going to pull that off of there. Make sure that glue is stuck down in through the ribbon, into the second layer of ribbon, and into the twine. There. So now I've got my twine and I've got my ribbon. All I'm left to do, so if that's my back, that's my front. I'm going to take my little ribbon, my burlap ribbon that I made, and I attached this little flower on, and I'm just going to stick it on right there. So I'm just going to apply some glue on here. I like to use lots of glue. I like to make sure that this stuff stays where it's supposed to. Just going to make sure that that's centered and then just press it into place. Again, you want to make sure that that hot glue gets into your burlap ribbon flower as well as to your burlap ribbon, and make sure it's stuck down there good. So there you have it. Simple as that. Nice, easy craft. Hope you can see the whole bottle. I'm going to get my glue gun out of the way. Clean up some of this mess. You're going to find that you have burlap strands. You got this stuff here, the twine. You got twine. I always have twine and burlap pieces everywhere when I'm doing these crafts. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this. This would look so pretty in a bathroom, on a fireplace mantle, lots of different places in your bedroom, depending on your decor. Go ahead, have fun, make lots of these, and if you want, please share them over on my Facebook page, Krista's So Crafty. I would love to see them. Again, thank you for joining me for crafting today. Have a wonderful day.